There are great dramas. There are unforgettable dramas. And then there are dramas that change everything. Today we're talking about one of the biggest milestones in K-drama history, a series that united countries, broke records, and delivered one of the greatest love stories ever filmed. I'm talking about Crash Landing on You, and the iconic couple that made the world fall in love, Hyunbin and Son Ye-jin. If you missed this drama, you didn't just skip a show. You missed a historical moment in entertainment. Let's dive into why this drama became a global phenomenon and why Hyunbin and Son Ye-jin are still considered one of the greatest couples ever seen on screen. Crash Landing on You starts with one of the most unique and unforgettable setups in television history. A South Korean heiress, Yoon Se-ri, is swept away by a freak tornado during a paragliding accident and crash lands directly into North Korea. There, she meets Captain Ri Jong-hyuk, a North Korean soldier played by Hyunbin, whose calm, stoic personality is the complete opposite of her confident, outgoing charm. This concept alone was bold, daring, and completely unexpected, the type of story nobody else had ever attempted on such a scale. From the very first episode, you feel the tension, the danger, and especially the chemistry. Let's be honest. One of the biggest reasons this drama made history is the explosive chemistry between Hyunbin and Son Ye-jin. Not good chemistry, not great chemistry, but legendary chemistry. Their interactions feel so natural, so emotional, so real, that millions of fans around the world became convinced that they had to be dating in real life. And guess what? Years later, they did confirm their relationship, got married, and now have a family. But during the drama's release, nobody knew, which made every scene feel even more intense. You could see it in the way they looked at each other, their emotional reactions, their gentle touches, and their heartbreaking moments of separation. This wasn't acting, it felt like destiny unfolding in front of the camera. Crash Landing on You wasn't just popular, it was a worldwide phenomenon. It became one of the highest-rated cable dramas in Korean history. The most-watched Korean drama on Netflix in multiple countries. A cultural bridge between South Korea, North Korea, and global audiences. A viral hit that dominated social media for years. People who had never watched a K-drama before started with this one, and immediately became fans of the genre. The storytelling, cinematography, music, comedy, action, and romance blended perfectly, creating something that felt bigger than a simple love story. This was a full emotional experience. Crash Landing on You wasn't just entertaining, it was emotionally powerful. The drama tackled themes like forbidden love, loyalty, sacrifice, separation, fear, and the impossible choices people make for love. Every moment was heavy with stakes because the characters came from two worlds that should never have collided. Each time they got closer, you felt nervous. Each time they were forced apart, you felt the heartbreak. Each moment of hope felt like a breath of relief. It wasn't just a romance. It was a story about courage and destiny. Even the supporting cast became unforgettable. Fans fell in love with the four North Korean soldiers, Seo Dan and her tragic storyline, Gu Sung-joon and his emotional redemption, the North Korean village women with their hilarious personalities. Few dramas manage to make every character feel alive, important, and essential to the journey. Crash Landing on You did exactly that. From the stunning landscapes of Switzerland to the intense atmosphere of North Korea, the drama looked absolutely cinematic. The visuals were breathtaking. The soundtrack was emotional and iconic. The pacing was carefully crafted, keeping viewers hooked from beginning to end. Nothing felt rushed. Nothing felt unnecessary. Everything worked together to build a masterpiece. Perhaps the most historical part of all is what happened off screen. After filming, Hyunbin and Son Ye-jin eventually confirmed their real-life relationship. In 2022, they got married. Later, they welcomed their first child. Fans around the world celebrated, as if it were a global holiday. It's extremely rare for a drama couple to turn into a real couple, and even rarer for their relationship to feel like the perfect continuation of the story we watched. Their real-life love is now part of the drama's legacy. Crash Landing on You wasn't just entertainment. It was a cultural moment, a worldwide obsession, a historical milestone in Korean television. and a defining drama for millions of viewers. It united fans across countries, languages, and cultures. It made people laugh, cry, hope, and believe in love again. And for many people, it was the drama that introduced them to the world of K-dramas, a true gateway masterpiece. If you missed Crash Landing on You, then yes, you really missed a landmark in drama history. Hyun Bin and Son Ye-jin delivered one of the most powerful, believable, and unforgettable love stories ever seen on television. With legendary chemistry, a bold storyline, beautiful locations, emotional depth, humor, danger, and heart, and a real-life romance that made everything even more special. This drama didn't just entertain the world, it made history. If you haven't watched it yet, now is the time. And if you have, you already know exactly why people still can't stop talking about it.